We are recording. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I didn't even make it weird.
No, not weird at all. I'm totally making it weird now.
I just said hi.
It's totally fine.
Is it?
It is. Welcome to Precarious Pixels. I'm Tim. With me as always is...
Hi, I'm Bob.
Yes. And... I'm sorry, we always start goofy. I'm sorry. I don't think it would be an intro if we didn't laugh or do something weird. So, we're going to talk about some stuff that happened this week, some shows we've seen, some games we played, give you our opinions if you want to see it, don't, not, whatever.
Okay. If you want to listen, you know.
Yeah, if you want to listen to us.
It's an
if
option.
you don't, we don't like you. Hate you. No, I'm kidding. So, this week, a game you've been playing as it came out.
Yeah, it came out actually about a week and a half ago, but it hadn't come out as of last podcast. It's
if you've seen the poster, well, not poster, the box art for it.
Yes.
You know how amazing this game really is.
It's Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Yes. And
it has a cover that there's the guy holding the yellow bow. It doesn't look right, and it bugs everyone.
But honestly, if you've seen any screwed up movie posters and stuff, it happens a lot. People just aren't paying attention.
That's true.
Weird tangents happen all the time.
But basically, the game goes like this. You are a new professor in a school for warriors. And you have
as you go to warrior school, of course.
And you have to train your students,
right,
to be ceaseless murderers.
It happens all the time.
And fight monsters. And people, a lot of people, and then some monsters.
Of course.
And you can recruit other people by having tea parties with them and giving them flowers on their birthday.
Oh my god! Really?
There's a lot.
Like you do.
Actually, I think the way you recruit them is by having stats high enough and having them like you enough.
Oh, okay.
But most of what you do is you have lunch with them, you have tea parties with them, you go fishing, or you find stuff for them, and then they're like, you know what? My house is kind of lame. I'll come over and murder for you now. So,
house non-murderer has to go to house murder.
Yeah, apparently I picked the house that was the most popular, but I didn't know that.
Oh.
Because everybody I know picked a different house, so I don't think that's true at all.
Okay.
But
so you went with the, I guess would be like the Targaryens.
The Black Eagles is their name. The Black Eagles. That's
might as well be a House Targaryen.
No, it's not, because there is the Golden Deer, which I would imagine would be the Targaryens, because they're golden, right? They like their money. No. Targaryen.
Targaryen. That's the dragons.
No, because mine are nobles. You want the commoner house, which would be the other one that nobody cares about. The Blue Meanies.
The Blue Meanies.
I don't think that's their name.
No.
They have a name.
If this was a Harry Potter house, which house would it be?
Would they be
Slytherin?
No, the Targaryens?
No.
Maybe.
The blue, what is it, Eagles?
The
Gold Eagles?
No, I'm the Black Eagles.
The Black Eagles.
I think.
Okay.
I don't pay attention. I'm not going to lie, in this game, there's a lot of me holding down the B button to skip the dialogue.
Oh, okay. Because you're not well-versed in Fire Emblem lore.
I don't care. I honestly, you know what, you can tell me that I'm fighting these people, and you can give me choices, and I'm going to select the one that I feel fits.
Okay.
But I don't know why I selected it, because I haven't been paying attention to what you've been telling me.
Okay.
I just want to play the game.
Alright.
I would be happier if this game was called Advance Wars.
Alright, okay, I get you.
But they don't want to do that anymore, because they apparently don't like me, and in between all the cool stuff that I want to do, I have to go have lunches with people and give them tea and flowers and gifts on their birthday.
So you're basically playing Animal Crossing.
Or
Farmville.
But it's not timed, so, like, you just take them to tea, and then you have to guess what the right answer is to, like, there's 3 subjects to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choose wrong, it's like, well, that person didn't like that, but I don't know who this person is, and I don't care. So I guess they didn't have fun at the tea that I just bought for them. That tea party.
Do you murder them afterwards?
No, I can't. You can't just murder them.
Oh, okay. It's not like one of those games.
And it's strategy, but Fire Emblem always had this thing, and Advance Wars as well. So we could just make a new Advance Wars. Again, you should do that.
You really want another Advance Wars? Jeez.
I really do. But you could do this thing where you put it on normal mode, I think it is, or whatever.
Gotcha.
And the characters die. They die.
Oh, really?
So now you're taking your students on a battlefield and they may never return.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Yeah, but they added in a Forza Horizon style feature. Where you can just hold down one of the buttons and it'll take you back a few of your moves. And then that's done.
Okay. Well, then that's not really like...
No, I want these poor 14-year-olds to die.
Oh, my gosh.
No, I'm sure they're not 14.
Did it look 14? Is that
no,
why
they
you
look
said
like
that?
drawings, Tim.
Oh, okay. Well, wait. I thought this was
They look like sad anime drawings.
I thought this was a more 3D looking game.
Not when you're talking to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like at the bottom of the screen when you're having conversations back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're just like blah 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 blah, and I'm thinking I don't care.
Right.
Why are you talking?
So it's like Pokemon.
It's sort of like Pokemon, but more so, because you also teach them classes.
So it's like Pokemon Trainer.
So there's a calendar.
Okay.
Right? I feel like I need to explain this.
All right.
And people love this game, and I love certain aspects.
Fire
of this
Emblem
game.
is very popular.
Yes, but there's a calendar,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to work your way through the days.
Gotcha.
And a lot of the week, it's just you're teaching classes, and guess what? I pick auto teach.
Okay.
Because I'm a savage. But you can manually teach and choose what you want to teach that day.
Okay.
And your students will walk up to you and they'll be like, "Hey, you know what, Professor? I'd really like to ride a horse around. So I think I should be like a cavalry scout."
Okay.
And then you're just like, "Well, no, I don't think so. No," or you can say yes and they'll start to level that way.
Okay. So it's like you get to choose what they advance in.
Yeah. And then you can wander around and like you can get classes, which makes you better because you're also out on the battlefield murdering ceaselessly.
Right. And when you get to the murdering on the battlefield, what is that like? Is it like an RTS?
It's turn-based strategy, so it's more like Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay, I get you what that is.
Or Military Madness, or Advance Wars.
Right.
So you have.
You really want that Advance Wars?
I do. You have a class.
Never gonna happen.
I know it's not. So right now, my character is really good with a sword and a shield.
Okay.
And that's her main thing.
Okay.
And she's really fast, and she dodges almost everything.
Okay, that's good.
And then my secondary character, who's like the head of the house, or some might call her the eldest Weasley boy. Whose name I blanked on.
Okay.
Percy?
It is Percy.
Percy Weasley, yeah.
I think, well, wait. Or is it... No. Not George and Fred. It's Percy.
Yeah.
Another Weasley.
She's the Percy Weasley. And she is super good with an axe.
All right.
And killing everything that goes near her.
Oh, nice.
So...
That's a Weasley you want.
That is a Weasley you want. The problem with that Weasley you want is I'm trying to level up my other fools. And people run up to her and attack. And she attacks back, and they're dead.
Yeah, but she doesn't need to level up. The other people need to level up.
Yeah, she's like level whatever, and
right.
I'm like running around with people that are 10 levels lower than her because she's just killing.
She's like you're saying, she's level 10, they're level 1, they need to level up to level 10, but they can't get there because she's just a master murderer.
They just walk up to her.
She's having a lovely murder vacation.
And then I mean, you can't even name them. Like you can, I think you can name your own.
Okay.
But none of the others. I hate her name. Like the Percy Weasley's name is Edelgard.
Oh, okay.
I can't even say.
Like Edelweiss.
It's sort of like that, but
which is a flower.
She should
in
be
Germany.
called Murder Axe. Murder Axe is her legal name.
It sounds like her name is kind of Viking-ish.
It might be, but she's a noble, so
yeah,
not a Viking at all. This whole class is filled with. So the reason I went with this one is they seemed like they weren't jerks.
Okay.
Like they're nobles, but
they're not like aristocrats.
Some of them are.
Right.
But the one class is all bowmen. So I don't want archers. I don't want to run around with a bunch of archers.
I could see that being a good thing, but what if you run into people with a bunch of shields?
Right. And then actually archers are strong against shields.
Oh, really?
Certain shields, because they can do the distance thing.
Gotcha.
And then the other class was all like mages.
All right.
I didn't care about that, so I wanted to do brutal murder.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with this class.
Okay.
And they're fun.
So you got the Dothraki of.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd like to think that I have the Targaryens, but they're nobles.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, technically Targaryens were the nobles and rode dragons and burned people.
Well, right now I don't have any Pegasus yet, but they will be in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can ride around on flying horses.
Are there any dragons actually in the game?
Yeah, there should be. There almost always are.
Sounds good.
But the game's really solid. I just don't care about the story.
Gotcha.
And then at work, I sometimes have people ask me what I think of like this choice or what did I do here, and I don't know.
You mean like why you did like the thing on the battlefield? And you're like, because I felt like it.
I did a mission.
Right.
I kid you not. And you're going to this. Apparently, I was going to find this guy's brother.
Okay.
And I didn't know it. I found out later from somebody else who wasn't in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making my way through the dungeon, and people start coming in through like doorways.
Okay. And
I get to the end of it, and guy's like, "Hey, you're gonna have to fight me to take me in." And I'm like, "Cool. Well, then you're dead, I guess." So then I thought I killed him, and then he like turns into a monster.
Oh, really?
And then I kill him again.
What kind of monster?
It was kind of not a dragon, but like a serpent monster thing.
Okay.
He was really angry. He died pretty quick though.
Okay. So what does the fire emblem actually mean? What is that?
I don't know. You have something to do with like emblems or something you carry around with you, and you can analyze it, but I don't know what it means because I ignored that.
Okay. Is it like a magic thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But you also have to. Here's the weirdest thing: to level up your characters to certain skills.
Yes.
You need to unlock. They're not called badges, but they're the ability to take the exam in this school to become this class.
Oh, so the SATs.
Sort of, but I need to be this skilled in archery to upgrade to an archer.
Gotcha.
But I also need a level 5 test-taking badge thing that I can use as a one-time use.
Oh, you need a
And then
badge.
I can't level up any of my other nerds.
Okay.
So right now, my Edelgard is pretty leveled. Because she kills everything.
Right.
But I want to level up my one character who's like... She's a mage.
Right.
And I want to level up this other guy who's a mage, but I want him to be a super healing mage.
Oh, that makes sense.
But the one character who's a mage didn't start out that way.
Okay.
So I can't even level up the healing mage. So, I guess I'm not healing myself for a while. Like he can heal, but he doesn't have the greatest heals, and he runs out of them quick. Because the magic, so like swords take damage when you use them sometimes.
Okay, makes sense.
But you get like 4 uses of this spell and like 5 uses of this spell on a pretty large battlefield.
Okay.
And then it's over.
Right.
And I think you can probably get a healing spell that does like area of effect, as opposed to just one person at a time. But right now it's just one person at a time, so I can heal like 9 times.
Gotcha.
And that's it. And then I guess people will die. I haven't lost anybody yet, but I probably will.
Okay. And now you said those deaths are permanent deaths, but you can rewind.
You can, but if your main character or your Percy Weasley get killed, the missions are over and you get a game over.
Oh, I get you.
Because I guess Percy can't die.
Right, because that's like the head of the house or whatever.
And you also have this thing where you can romance people, which is like a big thing to Fire Emblem, which is the reason I think it's more popular than Advanced Wars.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like with Fables, you could get like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I always thought that they'd come out with another Fable sooner or later.
Oh, I think they are.
They're working. I always hear like every year they're working on the third. Was it the third?
The fourth.
Oh, that's right. There was that third. Yeah.
I think this one's being made by a studio that used to work on Forza.
Okay. All right.
But that won't be probably till Xbox Scarlet next thing.
Yeah, the Project Scarlet is the new Xbox, whatever it's going to be called. It's not going to be called Scarlet.
No, it'll probably be called like.
They always give it weird, we're R&Ding under this project name.
Imagine if it was called Y-Box.
They're just doing the alphabet at the very end.
I feel bad for French people when the one after that comes out, though.
The Z.
Do you have the Z-Box?
The Z-Box.
The Z-Box.
Z-Box. You say Z, I say Z. All right, but you're liking it so far.
Yeah, I like the gameplay is great.
Okay, you'd recommend this?
Yeah, I love wandering around a school.
More than Advanced Warfare?
No, I want Advanced Wars. It's not Advanced Warfare.
Okay, I'm sorry, Advanced Wars.
That's a whole different nightmare.
That's Call of Duty. Yeah, sorry.
No!
Advanced War.
Advanced Wars.
Advanced Wars.
That's right. Get it straight. It was that with, like, military.
But you can't romance.
I don't care about romance. Like,
hey, people need a little romance in their lives.
You know what I like? Turn-based strategy.
Yes.
When you start hitting me with the story in, like, a million-hour game to begin with, I don't want to hear it.
Okay. I get
That's
you.
not one that I care about the story in. It's just a bunch of people yammering on, talking about badges.
Well, listen. People love their lore in their games. They want to make a connection.
Everybody's just sad, and there's always somebody's got amnesia. Always.
Always has amnesia.
Everybody has amnesia. There's this girl talking to me. I don't know if she's a ghost. This is true.
It could be. I'm not like I'm laughing, but I'm sure that's probably a part of the game. It could be like Final Fantasy, for all I know, where the 7, where there's like a ghost talking to you constantly.
Well, yeah, it's like that. Every once in a while, you're just in your room or somewhere on the campus,
right?
And this green hair girl just starts talking to you. I think it's green. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're talking to me.
Okay.
And there's people that are mad at you, and then this other girl got kidnapped. I got to go save her now. That's like my next mission.
All right. Well, you keep playing.
Her name is Flane.
Flane?
Flayn.
Okay.
His names stink.
I think they're drawing from like Norse mythology and like Norse names.
Not all of them.
Not all of them, but like some of them sound like they're like they did that with They actually did that with Final Fantasy for some reason. There's a lot of like Freya and stuff like that, and for some reason 7 had a lot of like references to Norse mythology for some reason, but whatever. So
I'm gonna get you one of the characters' names that disproves all of that. You're gonna be like, what? Dimitri Claude Bernadetta.
Oh, I can see a Bernadetta.
How about a Felix or a Dorothea? How about Hilda?
Hilda is a Valkyrie kind of like character, I think.
Fine. Caspar. It's like Casper, but with an A at the end.
I think that's also a character from like opera and yeah.
Look at these. Byleth. These are the characters. Manuela.
Okay, Manuela. Wait, how do you spell it?
Like Manuel with an A at the end.
Okay. All right, that's just, I don't know why they went to that.
They all look sad. That's Catherine, Eloise, Sedith. This Flane.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Gilbert, Shamir. That's Cyril. No, here's my squad.
Cyril
right
is kind of like the...
This is the Goon Squad. That's Axe Murderer. This is Hubert.
He's very goth.
He's a mage. That's Dorothea. She is also a mage. This is Ferdinand. You know what his last name is? Von Eyre. Do you know how I know that? Because every time you select him, he's like, I am Ferdinand von Ayer.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, shut up. There's Bernadetta. There's Caspar with
Bernadetta.
his stupid blue hair. It's Petra with her stupid eye tattoo. And that's
Oh, did she kill somebody that she's sad about?
I don't know. She does something. I don't know what she does.
You know, I think
This
I
is
actually
the
have
Archer.
a Fire Emblem art of book from a previous version.
Who would want to pick this class? This guy's like, his neck's already sweaty. This is golden deer. Get out of here. What is this? Explain this man to me.
I have no idea.
Who's this guy?
He needs a bigger shirt. Apparently, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's very anime based kind of like stuff.
Did I pick the best class?
You did.
I did. Look at this hat.
She's saying something with that hat.
She looks like an extra from Final Fight.
She does. I like it.
And that's the axe murderer.
Yeah. She looks kind of Targaryen. She is
Edelgard von Hresselweg.
Oh, this is definitely very like German, Dutch, like.
She has a crest. That's what they call the stupid things. Crests.
Oh, that's the fire. That's the Fire Emblem.
I guess.
Okay.
She was born in Imperial Year 1162. Do you guys want to hear the whole story of the Black Eagles?
Oh, well, let's.
Oh, I forgot to name the other classes. Okay, so there's Black Eagles, which is what I am, because we're cool.
Right.
Then there's this nerds group, which is the Blue Lions.
Ooh.
Yeah, because lions are known for being blue.
Yeah, they are.
And then there's this guy, Super Tan, over here with the golden deer.
Well, that is almost like the houses, because one is a deer, one is a lion. I hope this game goes on forever, that you keep playing it. Bob just loves the characters, let me tell you.
I hate animated.
I know you do. I love them.
They're all so weird, man.
That's what makes them great. I'll break you in. And this is going to break you in even slowly as well.
I did watch 2 episodes of Attack on Titan now.
Oh, really? How do you like it?
It's alright.
I think the first season is probably one of the better ones.
I was told that it was really good 1,000,000 times over, and then apparently somebody I work with decided to binge watch the entire series in a day.
Wow.
And first off, she didn't look good afterwards.
Oh, wow.
But then she couldn't stop talking about it, so I was like, alright, I'll check it out.
Okay.
If you shut up. Nah, she wasn't that bad, but
okay.
It's pretty good. It's a show. I don't know if I'll continue it because
it's weird. It's a weird show. It's kind of cool, but it's definitely a weird show. They tried to make a live action movie. It never goes well when they do that. I don't know why.
They could.
Oh, they did. They did.
In Japan, though.
In Japan.
Yeah, well.
But honestly, it's top notch. The CG looks good. I think it's on Netflix now.
I'm watching it on Hulu, sir.
Okay.
But yeah, it's probably on Netflix.
I forget if it is or not. It was on Netflix.
I'd probably rather watch it on Netflix because I can hit the skip intro button. So I don't have to hear some nonsense.
Wait, Hulu doesn't have a skip intro? That's ridiculous.
You have to listen to some nonsense song.
Does it have a skip 10 seconds ahead kind of thing?
I mean, there's a fast forward button on my remote.
Okay. All right. Well, I usually watch stuff on my laptop, so.
That works too.
Yeah. So, you would recommend this game?
Yeah, if you play the game, you can listen to the story. Break it down for me in 5 minutes or less. I dare you.
And then, what would you say? What genre is this game really in?
Turn-based RPG.
Turn-based RPG.
Yeah, I'm sure there's choices I'm making that are important.
I'm sure.
Everything I do seems to have like a little menu thing that pops up on the left. It shows like little up arrows.
Okay.
And then people's loyalty improved or whatever. They call it something else.
Okay, nice.
I don't care. I don't care about the characters at all.
Gotcha.
They're fodder.
It's like, I want to win. I
want to murder the other characters.
Right.
They show up on the battlefield, you'll fall into my trap now. And I'm like, okay, but Edelgard's here, so it doesn't matter.
Nice. So, besides that, you went and saw a little movie called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I did.
A little Quentin Tarantino movie.
It was.
Yes.
It was so Tarantino.
Very Tarantino. Feet everywhere.
There were feet. There were a lot of feet. There was a lot of music.
Yes.
And there was a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And really good acting. Which is weird, because I never thought he was a good director for acting.
Really? I don't know. I think he handles his actors pretty well.
I think he handles his actors really well, and I think he gets real talent.
Yes.
But I don't think he gives them good direction for acting.
Okay.
Because if you look at Pulp Fiction,
okay,
aside from the dialogue and what's going on, was the acting that good?
I think Samuel Jackson did a great job.
Yeah, but I think that was just Samuel L. Jackson, because Travolta was just kind of there.
Well, but honestly, that was kind of Travolta's like comeback too. I remember there was a time that was kind of his comeback was during that time period.
Yeah,
and I think it had to do with that, like how he played,
Vincent Vega.
Yeah,
maybe, I don't know.
But it is true. He does have good actors that he like loops in. I mean, Bruce Willis was good in that. I'm trying to think who else they had. I mean, Uma Thurman,
Harvey Keitel,
like they had some Ving Rhames.
the guy from Mad TV.
TV.
Wasn't the Make 7 Up Yours guy there? Is he the kid that gets shot in the car?
No, that's actually...
That's a different guy from Mad TV.
I don't know if it's a guy from Mad TV.
Yeah, it is.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I know that's the voice of Samurai Jack. The guy who gets shot in the back of the car.
Well, maybe he doesn't get shot. The other kid. There were two kids.
Yeah, the one that gets shot in the apartment, and then the one that gets accidentally shot in the backseat of the car. The guy who gets shot in the backseat of the car, that is the voice of like 1,000 cartoon characters. I think he's like the voice of Samurai Jack, Green Lantern on the animated series, like a bunch of stuff.
Alright, well, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But this, I think, is the movie that showcases that he can harness actors and do a great job with them, because there are a lot of great scenes in this movie. Where everybody does a phenomenal job, and he has a lot of weird cameos that don't really need to be there, but because he's Tarantino, he just gets them.
Of course. I'm sure one of them was probably Samuel Jackson. Was there a cameo with Samuel Jackson? No.
No Sam Jackson cameo that I remember.
That stinks.
There was a Kurt Russell.
Yeah. I think they show him in the trailers, I think, too.
There was an Al Pacino.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very early in the movie. There were a bunch of others. I don't want to ruin it.
Okay. All right. We'll try to make this as little spoilery as we possibly can.
Dakota Fanning, which was a weird choice.
Yeah, but she's a good actress. I like Dakota Fanning.
She is. She has like a short scene.
Okay.
And that's it. Like, she didn't need to be there.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't need to be there.
All right.
Margot Robbie's in it. Obviously, she plays Sharon Tate.
Yeah, and I think they say that in the trailer, who she is and stuff. And this movie was originally sold as this is taking place at the time period of the Charles Manson murders.
Yes.
Now, and that's kind of like it. I mean, they don't really show that too much in the trailers, but they do kind of like make hints about it. Now, as I understand it, Kurt Russell's character was originally supposed to be played, I think, by Burt Reynolds, but unfortunately, Burt Reynolds passed before he could do that.
Really?
I'm pretty sure, because I know Burt Reynolds was supposed to play like somebody in this, and I think he was supposed to play a director.
He might have been a different one. Because there were a few directors in this movie.
Okay, all right.
As a matter of fact, the one old guy that I told you about earlier,
yes,
he might have even been that character.
Oh, I can see that. Okay.
He could have been that character. He could have been the director on this other Western.
Okay.
Which was pretty integral. That's the scene you see in the trailers where he's getting ready to shoot a scene.
Right. Okay.
There's also weird edits where they put Leonardo DiCaprio into other movies that his character and he weren't in.
Oh, okay. So it's like movies that were shot during that time period that he could have been in, but he wasn't actually the actor in the.
Yeah, they put him in like a bunch of spaghetti western movies. That's the thing. But it's all about these two actors. Well, an actor and a stuntman.
The DiCaprio being the actor,
yeah.
Brad Pitt being his stuntman.
Yeah, who end up getting mixed up, living next door to Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski, and getting mixed up in the Manson murders that are going to happen, and how that comes about.
Right.
In different ways, actually.
Okay. Now, you said it takes a lot of liberties.
It does.
With history. And this is something that, actually, it's kind of something Tarantino is kind of known for. If you saw Inglourious Basterds, that is not how Hitler died.
No, I'm pretty sure he died in his own hand.
Yes. So, I think this is almost like, in a lot of ways, the way that you've explained to me, it's almost like Tarantino's fantasy of what he thought Hollywood was supposed to be like during that time period.
I don't even know, because he doesn't glorify it. And he would definitely, of all the people, he would glorify Hollywood. The only person he glorifies in the whole movie as a truly good person seems to be Sharon Tate.
Okay.
Kind of.
Right.
But I think there's an implication there that she was cheating on Polanski.
Okay.
With her ex-husband.
All right.
Who's also living with her.
Okay. Because I don't think that happens, does it?
It might have been.
I
think he was one of the people that was killed.
He was one. Okay. I don't know. Was Helter Skelter written anywhere?
No.
There was no Helter Skelter anywhere?
There was no Helter Skelter. There was the farm and the Western studio lot.
Right, which is kind of where Manson had his set up, where he was kind of like getting ready for what he believed I was a race war. I believe that was like his whole thinking behind like what he was like getting ready, because he hated the division between I guess like blacks and whites at the time, and he believed that he was, I think, sparking a race war by killing these people. I forget the whole thing behind it, but it sounds like none of that happened.
Nope.
There was no discussion of what Charles Manson was thinking or doing.
No, I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he even talks.
Okay.
He might have one line, but
and who plays him?
I don't know.
Okay.
Somebody I didn't recognize, but he was under Manson lookalike makeup. So.
Okay. All right. It's very weird.
It is incredibly, and there's a lot of extraneous scenes that don't really need to be there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's also kind of like typical him too. Like he doesn't like.
But they're not even important. They don't even showcase. There's one scene that doesn't even showcase acting.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's her, Margot Robbie, her character, goes to buy a book, and then she goes to a movie theater, and she sits down in the theater and watches herself on screen.
Which is weird. And you said that it really kind of, that's all her part of the story is, right?
That's, I think, the longest and the most part of her being even in the movie is just that. I think he was just so enamored that he got her sort of in her rise, because she's everywhere right now.
Right.
Margot Robbie. And he was just like, well, I need more of her.
Okay.
I guess.
Maybe.
It's strange.
Yeah. Now, the part that I found the most strange and upsetting was that Brad Pitt's character fights, I don't remember the actor's name, but fights a Bruce Lee character, and it doesn't last more than, like, it lasts longer than 5 seconds. Now, that is unbelievable to me. Because it just wouldn't happen.
Okay.
I've seen Bruce Lee beat 2 people in ping pong with nunchucks, and I'm not talking like bat back and forth nice. I mean overhand spiking, and he's literally hitting a ping pong ball with nunchucks, just bats it back and forth precisely. I've seen him light a man's cigarette that way too, just like he like with matches or whatever. It's I just can't believe like he's so fast and he's so good. I do love Bruce Lee a lot, but I saw that fight scene in the trailer. I was like, no, it just wouldn't happen.
But you got to remember that Brad Pitt's character
Yes.
in this movie makes a living being able to stay alive.
Yeah, that's true.
In really bad situations
I get
and
it.
not get hurt.
I get it.
He does a lot of fighting.
I know.
So, you don't know.
Yeah, but Bruce Lee, before he became a martial arts master, was also a boxing champion in China.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
It's still a fictional movie. Tim.
I know. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I know. But I get why. It's funny that he's actually even in it because is it like Green Hornet?
There's backstory there. Yeah, they're filming on the Green Hornet.
Okay, so it is like that he's playing Kato at that time.
Well, he's playing Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he's playing Bruce Lee.
But the role is, yeah.
He's playing. Do they say anything like that? Oh, we're shooting Green Hornet or something? Okay. I don't know if that lines up though with that time frame.
Well, it would have been like 67, 68.
Okay, all right then. That is one. Okay.
Because it's not, the whole movie doesn't take place in 69. There's like a gap where at the tail end of the movie, DiCaprio's character goes to Italy to film a bunch of spaghetti westerns.
Okay, all right.
Because the whole thing is, up until that point, he used to be on the show on television as an actor.
Okay.
He auditioned for a bunch of roles. He didn't get them in film,
right?
For whatever reason. And now he's sort of waning, and what's happening is he keeps getting cast as special guests on other shows.
All right.
Where he gets to be the bad guy.
Oh, okay.
But the whole point is to make these other people look like heroes, because they're the guys who beat this character. And, the people watching TV are just like, oh my gosh, that's this hero. Duke whatever his character's name was. Getting beat by this new guy. He must be so cool.
Right, okay.
So that's like, and he finds that out from Al Pacino at the beginning of the movie, and Pacino's like, you should go to Italy and film these movies, these Western movies, and make a lot of money while you can.
Okay.
And that's what ends up happening.
It's because he's saying, like, your star is kind of waning right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, you don't accept these roles because they're just ruining who you are.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And we won't spoil the end for you.
No.
But again, this takes a lot of liberties with history, and just take it from there.
Yeah.
All right. So, but as a movie, would you recommend this as a movie?
I'd recommend it. I'd recommend reading about what actually happened and then going to see this movie.
Yeah. Or
knowing.
Or just, yeah, I guess. Is it better that you go in knowing?
Yeah. I feel like if you don't know, then you're just going to think you wasted a bunch of time.
Okay. Because you won't feel the tension in certain scenes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of focus on Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what happened with her,
yeah,
you're just gonna say, why are we even paying attention to this character who doesn't matter?
Gotcha.
Oh, I get it. She's pregnant now, but who cares?
Okay.
Because she was also pregnant.
Yes. Yeah, I think I do remember that. So weird, but all right. So one of the other things that came out is a based off a comic that we both really like called The Boys. Amazon did a series produced by Seth Rogen. I think I forget his writing partner.
Evan Goldberg,
who I like his work quite a bit. If you ever see the movie 50-50, it's a really good movie about a guy. It's actually his true story a little bit about him going through cancer treatments and stuff like that. But this movie, this show they're doing, The Boys, I have to say there are a lot of differences between what the comic version is and what the show version is, but I have to say it's excellent. I think this is on par with like the stuff they did with Preacher, but also more violent than the stuff they did with Preacher.
Yeah.
To a maximum degree. I mean, the sexual content, the violence, like this is not a show for kids at all. But I think a very well done show, and it really fleshes out a lot of characters, I think.
Yeah, you learn a lot more about other characters you didn't know much about in the books, and I think that's part of why it's so different than the books.
Right.
Because in the books, it's like say 6 issues.
Right.
And boom, that's all that you'll ever see of the teenage kicks or whatever.
Right. But they flesh out like who those characters are a little bit more. Like even something that they explain very quickly in like one page becomes like a drawn out. Well, this won't give too much away, but there's a certain chemical that they're looking into. But in the books, it's like they explain it exactly what it is, like immediately, and it's something that they kind of like breeze through pretty quick, so you can kind of continue with the story in the comic. But I think they wanted to make that more of an event thing, so I kind of get that a little bit. And there's a lot more, I'd say. The Boys doesn't have as much about like social media. I feel like this is more about celebrity than it is. I mean, it is about the boys and the revenge and that kind of stuff, but it has a lot more about celebrity and how that affects people, I think. So
I can see that.
I think it's a little bit more interesting. Superheroes being celebrities in a way that it almost kind of mirrors the superhero culture, but also kind of mirrors the celebrity culture a little bit. So things like Me Too is thrown in there, like just a lot of like different things that they spin stories of how celebrities' lives and like stuff like that, background that can be like taken different ways. But I think it's done very well.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of don't affect the brand.
Yes, don't affect the brand, exactly. And there's been a lot of that stuff going on too.
It's also weird that they have the movies that the characters are playing themselves in the movies.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. But then it also kind of makes sense, I guess, if like those characters are part of the corporation's brand, that they want people to perceive them a certain way.
And there's no supervillains, so
there's hints that they're trying. That might be something that comes in later.
Mm-hmm.
But and I don't know if I don't remember this being a thing in the comics, but it's like, this is not a spoiler because they talk about it very early, is they want to put superheroes in the military. I don't remember. Do you remember that in the books at all?
There was a thing they wanted the one guy to become the president. Vic the Veep.
Which one?
Vic the Veep. They called him in the comics. He was like the vice president.
Okay.
They wanted him to take over so, he could put through whatever they needed. So that was probably leading to that.
Right. But in this one, they're talking about a lot of, like, right now, it seems like superheroes are almost like, I guess you would say, like, I don't want to say like a SWAT team, but they're like almost like a specialized security force. Like cities kind of hire them to like boost their PR image for that city. Like the first episode they talk about, I think it's in the first episode, but Boston, the mayor of Boston comes and asks like if he can get like a certain superhero to kind of like come in, take crime down, boost the image of the city.
Baltimore.
Was it Baltimore? I thought it was Boston. Yeah, I think you're right. It's Baltimore. So it's like that, but then like they counter with like it's going to cost you $200 million per year or something like that, and that goes with like merchandising and all that stuff. Like it's like that's like kind of like their thing. It's kind of like if Metropolis took Superman and made it like a whole merchandising thing behind him, and they pay like Superman like $200 million to like be there or something like that. So it's interesting in that respect of it. I get why they kind of put that in there. But Superman would take $200 million.
Take less.
That's right.
And they got Wee Huey, but they don't call him Wee Huey.
They don't call him. Well, I think doesn't Butcher, who was like we're kind of like jumping ahead all around on this, but the main character Huey, also from the comic books, is met by a guy named Butcher after Huey's girlfriend Robin is killed by a superhero who's basically just runs through her and she turns to liquid. Basically, well. Yeah. It's pretty graphic too. I was like surprised how bloody it was. I was like, oh wow, yeah, that's what would happen to a person if they got ran through.
Well, he was in a rush.
He was in a rush, and we won't get into like too much of spoilers with that because the series is still pretty new right now.
Yeah,
but it's good. It's shot amazingly well. Every actor in it is definitely pulling A game. I don't think there's one person I'd be like, oh, they cast this poorly or anything. I think everybody's amazing in it. Elizabeth Shue killing it. What's his name? Anthony Starr?
Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr. Who plays Homelander, does an amazing job in this like super amazing character. Like you don't even see like he plays it so subtly. It's so good. I have to say, like, he's probably the best casting they could have gotten for this.
Yeah.
He plays like a Superman-esque character, but not, and does amazingly well. Anything you want to say about it?
I'm really interested to see what they do when they delve further into VOD. Do they still call it VOD?
They still call it VOD, yeah. It's VOD.
But they don't say VOD American in the show, I don't think.
No, it's like VOD Industries or something like that.
But I want to see where they go with that.
Right.
I want to see if they introduce the Legend, who was like the comics writer in the books.
Okay.
And I really want to see what happens when the characters get to the next level, like the boys themselves.
Right.
Because that's going to be the part that gets really cool.
Right.
But I mean, it's really tense. There's some interesting stuff going on. There's a pretty good cliffhanger at the end of this series. I
haven't gotten to the end. I'm 2 episodes from the end,
which is why I'm not spoiling it.
It's amazing so far. I've loved everything I've seen so far.
If they hadn't been renewed and this ended this way, I would be upset.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good. We already know that there's going to be a season 2.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, I haven't finished it, but I would definitely recommend this series. Not to children.
No,
this is very adult, like in every aspect of adult. Like this is super R-rated. Like I'm surprised they've been able to show as much as they have. Like they do put a disclaimer at the beginning to kind of say everything that's going to be in there, but it's beyond like HBO levels. Like
it's not beyond.
It's skating that edge. There's some stuff that they reference in there. I was very surprised. And they do put in something that I didn't think that they would actually go through with Starlight and the Deep. Like I didn't think they would actually put that in there. They fully put that in there. I was actually kind of happy they did. And I can't wait to see how far they go with it.
Not only did they do that, they made that the entire focus, I would say, of that characters or those characters' relationship for the entire season.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like in the comics. It's a thing.
Yeah,
but it's not
that long of a thing.
Well, it still affected her, but not like it would. And the show, I think, does a better job of showing how it would actually affect her and what
I think
what would come from that.
Yeah, I believe so too.
And I think that's more important to her character and to the other characters, because it shows just not when you get a little further into why her mother does what she does. Because have you heard that yet? Like how she became?
Well, I know. I mean, they do say like how superheroes are made, like how they actually get their powers
with the baby,
with the babies. And there is a part, and it's in the trailers, where the Butcher is using a baby as a laser gun, which is fantastic.
It works pretty good.
It works pretty well. Oh, that's the other thing in this. Besides the story, the effects are top notch. This is movie quality. Amazon must have spent $1 trillion because
they're advertising it nonstop too.
Yeah, because there's stuff like there's even scenes that are throwaway scenes where the characters are doing super heroic things that I am just like, that costs a lot of money. Most big budget movies can't even afford that. I've seen episodes of Supergirl that don't even look anywhere close to that good. There's a lot of stuff like that. I'm just like, wow. These are like all new effects. Like there's parts I was just really surprised they put in there. And not only that, the soundtrack that they put into this is fantastic. There's a lot of needle drops, as they say, of very big songs. Not just the Spice Girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Spice Girls.
Yes, I do love that. I do love the Spice Girls stuff they put in there. But
there's a callback to it. I don't know if you got to the callback yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Or is it when he's in the group meeting or whatever? Knows so much about the Spice Girls, or why he knows so much about the Spice Girls? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Maybe I haven't gotten to it yet then. But yeah, there's full CG characters, the dolphin, like all that stuff, which that was messed up in a lot of ways, but everything looks like movie quality. Cinematography looks like a Zack Snyder movie. Like this could have been shot like a Man of Steel. Like it looks that good. The costumes look that good. None of them look ridiculous. Like that's the thing. They did a very good job with this. I was very surprised. But they spent a lot of money and a lot of good actors came into this. So I hope that they do like 20 seasons. I think The Boys is still going on.
No, I think it ended.
Oh, it just ended?
I feel like it ended a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. They did a lot of volumes, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, if anything, I hope that they at least... It seems like they're expanding... Like, the first issue, they've already expanded that part of the story. So I'm hoping they kind of continue with that. I mean, they could do this... They could let this run for, like, 20 seasons. I think I'd still watch it for that long. It's really good. Dark sense of humor. Really dark sense of humor, but good, funny, amazing acting. The story is fantastic. I would definitely recommend it if you like any of Garth Ennis' stuff. But it is a dark take on superheroes. If you like that kind of stuff, maybe this isn't for you, but I would definitely say it's worth watching as a dramatic show.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before we start signing off here?
No, I just I'm interested to see what they do with Black Noir.
Okay.
Who just stands there creepily for like an entire season.
Yeah. So far, that character has said nothing. And
I don't think he talks.
He does not talk.
I thought the Deep's redesign was interesting.
Oh yeah.
Because if you remember, he used to be in that big stupid helmet.
Oh yeah,
and now he looks almost just like Aquaman.
Man, yes, I think that they were like, we can go a little bit closer to Aquaman.
They show any more? You haven't. Yeah, there's more about him.
Yeah.
Aside from he can talk to sea animals.
Yes, which I haven't gotten. I know there's some more with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't gotten that far yet.
You'll see.
Okay. I can't wait to finish this, and once we finish it. Probably next week we'll talk about it, but probably this weekend we will definitely see the scary movies that you tell in the dark. I think
scary movies.
There's scary stories you tell in the dark, which is a very famous. They called it kind of a children's.
It was like kids horror, almost like the old Tales from the Crypt books.
Yeah, and Guillermo del Toro is doing it. I'm sure it's going to be
not kids horror.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be very good and very scary. I can't wait. So we'll definitely talk about that and finish up The Boys and maybe some Hobbs and Shaw next week.
Yeah,
absolutely. I can't wait. So as always, we're Precarious Pixels. I'm Tim. You can find me on the Instagrams at Tim Martinek. You can find Bob.
I'm on Twitter at Martin, MARTON_Bob, and Instagram at BobJMartin.
Okay. And you can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, and YouTube, all under Precarious Pixels, and of course, hashtag Precarious Pixels. And like as we always talk about, designing, creating, we love this stuff as much as you guys do. So we'll talk to you soon. All
Bye, guys.
Bye.
To do a little redesigning with us. You can find Bob at Martin, MARTON_BOB, on Twitter, and you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.